Alexa Grasso got the job done in her first UFC main event on Saturday, outworking Viviane Araujo to a unanimous decision in the UFC Fight Night 212 headliner in Las Vegas. This was the type of performance you would expect from Grasso if she was able to get her hand raised. She was able to deny some big grappling opportunities from her opponent and work her boxing game and really get in a rhythm to be able to inflict some damage, get off some volume striking, and ultimately win the fight on the judges' scorecards. One judge gives her all 5 rounds, the other 2 give her 4 to just 1 for Araujo, and I think the fight was that convincing in her favor. There was some close moments there, but I think Grasso showed in this fight that she was the superior fighter, and I think a 5-rounder in that fashion is going to do big things for her as she looks to continue to grow in this division. And now she has 4 straight victories since moving up from 115 pounds, and I feel like she's making her home here in this weight class. And if you look between her and the top of the division, not a lot of fights that make sense right now outside of a title shot against Valentina Shevchenko. She wasn't explicitly calling for it. She wasn't beating down the door for it. I think she would take it if it comes around, but I think is going to hang a lot on what happens in the fight between Katlyn Chookagian and Manon Fiorot next week at UFC 280. If Fiorot goes out there and has a big time performance and beats Chookagian, who of course is the top of the top in this division outside the champion, I think she might slide in there ahead of Grasso. If she loses or has a very lackluster performance in a win, I think that opens the door for Grasso to get this fight done. So at worst, Grasso probably getting a title eliminator in her next fight against one of the other names out there she hasn't met inside the top 5, but best case scenario, she does get a title shot off this performance. Not a lot of options in this division as far as fighters who can challenge Shevchenko. Not many fresh opponents. We'll see what's going to come on the horizon for Shevchenko. Is she going to fight an Amanda Nunes trilogy and move up and go for that second belt? A lot of moving parts here, but I think nothing is going to be decided for sure until we see what happens in that UFC 280 fight between Chookagian and Fiorot. So 1 week of waiting time, and I think we get much more clarity on what's next at women's flyweight, but no question, Alexa Grasso put herself in a great position with this win.